I'm Brojo,
And I'm Isaiah.
and we're going to be discussing Stranger Things Season 2. So, Isaiah, in the beginning of the show, we see that the cast is back. Obviously, the cast is back. We have all the kids together.
hmm
What are some differences that you noticed between the characters from the first season and second season?
you can definitely tell that they're older. Like it's clear. Like they're taller. Haircuts are different. Uh, and then one of the changes I really want to point out is Mike. He's just like he might be like a whole nother person from first season to just the first episode. Especially with his behavior and the way he's acting.
Yeah, which is extremely interesting because I really liked Mike the first season. Mike
Hated
was
Mike.
Mike was my favorite character. I thought that um, I just loved how compassionate his character the character was, and it's not like that's completely gone. We see that
Yeah.
some parts or some point in the episodes. This episode, but for the most part, he's kind of lashing out on a few people,
Yeah.
a little bit more than we saw in the first season. And so I guess that we can say that that's puberty, right? He's
Yeah.
like
Definitely
his
puberty.
patience is definitely um, not where it should be,
Oh yeah. You feel like your parents are coming down on you, and
right?
they're not really like.
Um,
Also, Will, personally my favorite character, but I feel like I feel like we're not seeing a character change, but we're seeing a character development. Especially because he got so few scenes in the first season.
right. So it would kind of be hard to say that he had a major
Yeah.
change. Um, because I would say, like, just from what we saw in the first season, it's very similar to what we got, where we're getting now in terms of he's quiet, very
hmm
kept to himself. Um,
Also with Dustin and Lucas, their friendship is very interesting. They're funny, and then oh man, the cursing's like over the top, but
yeah, it looks like we're gonna have two new group of best friends in this show. It looks like we're gonna have Dustin and Lucas as best friends instead of Mike and Lucas,
yeah.
which is interesting because Mike is still worrying about 11. By the way,
hmm
this is a spoilers heavy review. We will be just getting into spoilers in this review starting as soon as you watch the video. Um, I thought what's interesting is that every relationship that I thought that they were setting up in the first season,
hmm
we're not getting that. Yeah, they're just different character relationships that are in this show. Everything that they set up in the first season, um, between Hopper and Will's mom. I
Right.
thought that they were going to be in a relationship, and clearly that's not so. She's with some other guy.
Yeah, but you could definitely see the interest from Hopper. Well, maybe not definitely, but you could tell that there's something he sees in Will's mom.
Right, and we're not getting that. Which is weird because they did the same thing with Steve, and I forget Will's older brother. Will's older brother and Nancy. I thought that they were going to be in a relationship, but I guess they kind of try to keep it from being like predictable,
Yeah, I
and so
thought
they keep it like fresh by introducing new characters.
right. Definitely by the end of the first season, I thought Nancy was a hoe because she was kissing Will's brother and then ends up with Steve on the couch, and I didn't like Nancy either.
I don't know that I viewed it that way. I just think that what they were doing was that she was just being nice. She didn't want him to feel bad. Speaking of Nancy's character, I like how nice she's trying to be to Will's older brother. She's inviting him places.
Yeah, you could
Um,
definitely tell there's a friendship. A friendship has developed, and they're definitely good friends. You could definitely tell Will's older brother though has uh maybe not a lot, but he does have some feelings for Nancy because when Steve showed up at the locker, he didn't stay for too long. He was gone pretty fast. So
well, another thing is that you have to realize that they weren't like best of friends,
oh
and
no, yeah,
yeah, just
they got in
because
a
you become
fight.
yeah, just because you become friends with one of them doesn't mean you gotta like the other person.
Right.
Um, and I believe his Jonathan, his older brother's name is Jonathan. We have Jonathan. Is his older brother's name, so we don't reference his older brother. Okay. What was your favorite scene?
Favorite scene, I loved when Jonathan and Will were on the couch and he was talking about not being normal. And if you're normal, you're not going to accomplish anything. Because I personally believe in that. If you are a normal person just trying to make it by in society or, you know, blend in, you're never gonna do something great and you're not gonna be remembered.
Yeah, that you know what? That's an interesting scene. I will say I didn't think that a lot of the emotional things that they were setting up. Me personally, I wasn't getting a lot of it.
Right.
Maybe from Will, um, not Will, but the actor Noah Schnapp.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a lot of the pull that they were trying to give us, but I do understand the message that they were trying to send. My favorite scene, um, hands down, is with Finn Wolfhard's character Mike. Where he's sitting on his bed. He's putting toys into the box because he's getting punished, and that's what he has to do, give away his toys. I guess to get the money back to Nancy. Um, and he looks at the bed that and we both are sitting down. We know it's gonna be something about 11,
Yeah.
but I didn't know how far they were gonna take it with 11. And we have him just go. He picks up the walkie-talkie and goes 11, 11, 11, and it was just like this extremely emotional scene. And I was like, oh man, this is like really good. So that's my favorite scene because in the beginning of the episode, I thought it was a little slow.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Um,
But they were setting up characters and relationships like Will's mom and Bob, um, showing the not relationship between Will's mom and Hopper, right? The police officer. Steve and Nancy. Even introducing new characters, which I thought was interesting. I don't want to get too off topic.
right. Um, so what are your overall views on this episode?
I thought it was a really good introductory episode. Introducing new characters, setting off relationships, and then getting the story on a track. Not a narrow track. Not this is what's gonna happen, but we're kind of getting some idea where we're gonna get with this, especially with Will and seeing him in like a different what you call it, in the upside down.
Right. Yeah. That's something we didn't mention, but he's seeing a lot of these. I don't know how they're going to explain that, but this first episode, you can just tell. I mean, it's much wider in its scope.
Yeah.
There are more characters, so it's not going to focus on probably the group as much as I would like them to. The budget, you can tell, is definitely much higher.
Oh yeah.
The way it's shot is like sometimes a little distracting because it's kind of different than the first season, but yeah. So, guys, thanks for watching this review. You can check out another review right now.